Friends, a very good afternoon to all of you and a warm welcome on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep in yet another session for CAT 2023. But surprisingly, in this session, I'm not going to teach you any fundamentals, any concepts of quantitative ability or LRDI or verbal ability. I'm not going to teach you anything like that. But instead of that, I am going to answer to a lot of questions that you might face while preparing for CAT 2023. There might be a lot of questions for which nobody can answer you for these questions. There might be a lot of questions which you might not even ask to anybody. There are lots of questions that stays in our mind, that stays at the back of our mind, but we actually don't know about actually like whether these things exist or not. So in this session I am going to answer a lot of queries, a lot of things that will definitely help you for the preparation of CAT 2023. All right, so friends, welcome once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Now, while preparing for this examination, some of you must have started your preparation for CAT 2023. So there are lots of things that we don't know at this point in time. There are lots of things like we start doing blindly. My friend is preparing for CAT 2023, so I should also start preparing for CAT 2023 without even knowing what actually is CAT 2023. Right? So this is why I have conducted this session well before CAT 2023. We have around 1 year for that. So well before CAT 2023, so that you have a proper clarity in your mind. You should not be following any person blindly. You should not be going on the path to prepare for CAT 2023 without any aim or without any reason. So we are going to make all these things clear in this session. Once again, I tell you that there are lots of questions for which you will not find any answers. There will be lots of questions that you might not even ask to anybody because these questions are not at all there in your mind. All right. So friends, let us start with this session. Kumarasan, good afternoon. Darshit, hello. Jadev, bad happens this year, sir. I am a fresher. Can I appear for next year? Is it a good choice? Yes, Jayadev. Yes, you can appear for the next year as well. So I'll also answer to this query. What should we do if we have some score, some CAT score in our hand, and if we want to improve for that? So definitely I'll be taking this particular question at the end of this lecture. All right. Now, we are preparing for CAT 2023. Are you all clear? Yes. Now, are we actually preparing for CAT 2023? So one simple question in front of us to start with should be, what are we preparing or what are we aiming for? Are we aiming for CAT or are we aiming for an MBA? Now, what is the appropriate, what is the correct thing out of these two? So are we preparing for CAT or are we preparing for MBA? I believe that we all are preparing for MBA and CAT is a medium to prepare for MBA. So we actually are not targeting CAT examination. We are targeting an MBA from a wonderful college. All right. So first of all, our aim should be very clear in our mind. Now, why I'm asking this question is because if you understand that you are preparing for MBA, the goal in your life right now, the short-term goal in your life is not CAT, but to prepare for an MBA. All right. So using that, if you have a clarity, then you will be aiming to write colleges, write examinations, and not just CAT. Also, if I'm preparing for MBA, if I want to do MBA, then I should be I should be like acting like an overall package. I should be having those qualities that should be present in a candidate who is preparing for MBA or who want to go for an MBA. Right now, for CAT, we just need to improve our mathematical and verbal skills. But if you are going for an MBA, if you are going for an MBA, there are plenty of other skills that will be required. Like you should be punctual, you should be working around the clock, you should be like target oriented, you should be result oriented person. So there are plenty of qualities that should be present in a person who want to pursue MBA or who want to basically pursue a good career after MBA is over. So we are not preparing for CAT, but we are preparing for an MBA. And if we are preparing for MBA, then we should possess some qualities at the beginning only. All right. Now, these qualities can range from anything. So, if let's say you are going for an MBA and you have selected your specialization, yes, the next question will be which specialization should we select for? So, if you are looking for a specific specialization, then you must start preparing accordingly from day one onwards. Yes, it is possible for a fresher to get a call from IIMs. Yes, so yes, a fresher can apply for IIMs. Now you don't apply for IIMs, you just take CAT examination, and based on the result of CAT, you will be getting the calls from different IIMs, right? Every year, more than 50% students who enter IIMs are freshers. So if we have a misconception that for a fresher it is difficult to get a call, or for a fresher it is difficult to convert the call for IIM, for any of the IIMs, so make this point clear that if I'll pick up the best of IIMs, I'm Ahmedabad, I'm Bangalore, I'm Calcutta, Lucknow, Indore, any of these top 5 or 6 IIMs, then 50%, more than 50% of the seats are filled by fresher candidates only. All right. Okay. So what are we preparing for? This should be clear that we are preparing for an MBA, not for CAT. All right. Now, next thing is, what are the different specializations and the colleges we are preparing for? So it's not just the CAT examinations, it's MBA. And also, if we want to go for an MBA, and if we have a proper clarity about the specialization that we will be opting for during an MBA examination, then it will make us easy to cover this path towards an MBA. Now, there are lots of things that will be required before getting a final admission, like understanding which specialization I want to go for. Now, in case you are not clear about the specialization till the last day, then it is absolutely fine. But still, we have more than 1 year for CAT and more than 1.5 year before you start your MBA. So, in this 1.5 year, I can say that we can do at least something so that we have a clarity, if not about one specialization, we have a clarity about all the specializations and we are not confused when we are going to start our MBA. Definitely, a lot of colleges they start with general MBA. They will give you a chance of understanding different specializations, but there is no harm, or you will be at an advantage if you have a clarity to select a specialization from day one. Now, if I'll talk about different specializations that you will find in almost every college, so different specializations are finance. I'll write all these specializations: human resource management, then marketing, then operations. All right. Now, these are some specializations that you will find in almost every MBA college. Now, other than this, if let's say you have an interest in IT, information technology, yes, there are plenty of colleges which offers MBA in information technology. If you have an interest in supply chain management, then some wonderful colleges like SPGen offers MBA in supply chain management, right? Telecommunication management, IIT Delhi offers this management. Okay. Now, if from day one you have a clarity about your area of interest or about the specialization that you are going to select during MBA, then starting now you can start focusing, or you can start adding up some of the extracurricular activities or some of the certification programs to your resume. That will definitely help you during the process of the selection. Now, there are lots of colleges which gives huge weightage to the students who are also involved in extracurricular or co-curricular activities, those who have done some extra courses. So yes, a good amount of weightage is given to those students. Now, if I am a normal BCom or BBA student, right, and I have no additional information, I don't have any additional courses or certifications, then I'll be treated like a normal candidate. But if you have done something extra, that basically enhances your interest, that basically shows your interest towards a particular specialization, then the person who will be taking our interview, that person will also have a clarity that this person is inclined towards this specialization. This person has done something in his life, in his or her life, so as to achieve something, so as to achieve an admission in our college. All right. So basically this kind of dedication is required to be shown during the personal interview of any of the MBA colleges. Now you'll find some good colleges, they will put more focus on extracurricular and co-curricular activities, but average or below average colleges, they will not even look at these things. So you decide whether you want to go to top colleges or an average or below average college. All right. So if let's say you are clear about a specialization in marketing. All right. So today, let's say I'm clear that I am going to be doing specialization in marketing in MBA. So starting from today, what you can do is you can start pursuing some courses like social media networking. So there are lots of marketing programs that are available in the market. So there are lots of certification programs that are available. And if you have these kind of certifications before you uh, take this examination or before you go for your interview, and you'll be telling them about all these things, all the knowledge that you have possessed in the last 1.5 year, then definitely it will be an advantage for you. All right. So understand different specializations, find out the qualities that you have, match these qualities with the qualities that is required for these specializations, and then select a specialization and the college related to that. Now, selecting a college also becomes very important. Now, if you want to pursue, let's say, MBA in human resource management, then randomly, definitely you'll not go in any of the colleges and take the admission. So you should be clear about some of the top colleges in the country that offers MBA in human resource management. Now, some of the best colleges are XLRI. So XLRI is by far the best college. So for MBA in HRM, you would not like to go to IIM Ahmedabad, but you would like to go to XLRI, right? Similarly, the next best colleges for MBA in HRM. So you can name these colleges. So after XLRI, we have Tata Institute of Social Sciences, right? This is one wonderful college for MBA in HRM, Human Resource Management. Now, after TIS, we have SCM, HRD, we have Narsi Munji, we have some good names who offers, the colleges which offers MBA in HRM. All right. So you must look for that. Now, Darshit is asking, will BBA count in academic diversity? I'm sorry, Darshit, BBA student, so BBA program will not be counted as academic diversity because plenty of candidates from BBA, from BTech, from BCom, or from economic honors. So plenty of candidates applies to MBA programs from these specializations, from these courses. All right. So I'm sorry, this will not be counted in academic diversity. Academic diversity may people who have done, let's say, graduation in psychology, in history. All right. So these are the programs from which academic diversity is counted. If I have done my graduation in biotechnology, so it will be counted in academic diversity. All right. Now the next question is, like, we are clear about that we are going to do an MBA. We have clarity about different specializations and the colleges. Now, what is the way to achieve our goal? So we are clear about our goal. We want to go for an MBA, but what are the ways to achieve our goal? This is one biggest question, right? Now, the way to achieve our goal is, like I mentioned, that you must start from today only. And first thing is know about the qualities required in different specializations. So let's say quality for HRM or quality for marketing. All right. So know about the different qualities that are required. Now to achieve the goal, obviously you'll have to start step by step. So first of all, you know about the qualities that are required for these programs and try to enhance these qualities in yourself. Secondly is different certification programs. for these. So you must segregate for HRM what all certifications are available in the market, for marketing, for finance, what are different courses that you can pursue. So these are certain ways you can start. So like I mentioned that you need to go for a step-by-step approach. So you directly cannot achieve your goal until and unless you have done a proper homework for that. Okay, so simple way is a step-by-step approach. So first of all, qualities, then try to get different certifications, all right, and then start preparing for CAT or other MBA entrance examinations, right? Now, what are these examinations? This must also be clear. Now, most of us knows only about CAT examination, but we don't actually know that other than CAT, we have plenty of examinations which covers top 10 colleges in the country. All right, so let us talk about these examinations. So first of all, definitely the first examination that we must target is CAT examination. Okay. Now, if I'll write the different colleges which offers admissions through CAT, definitely these are IIMs. So right now we have 20 IIMs in the country. Now, other than IIMs, other top colleges which offers admissions through CAT examinations, so you must also consider these colleges. So the colleges are IITs, all right, then MDI in Gurgaon, SP Jain in Mumbai. Now this is a never ending list, so there are more than 100 colleges which offers admissions through CAT examination. I have written, or I am writing, some top colleges in this list, all right. So there are 20 IIMs, so 20 colleges are covered here. There are 6 7 IITs which offers admissions through CAT, MDI which is in Gurgaon, SP Jain which is in Mumbai. All right. So these are top colleges that offers admissions through CAT. Now, other than CAT, let's talk about different examinations which you might not know. So other than CAT, there is a wonderful examination called ZAT, which is conducted by XLRI in Jamshedpur. Now, other than XLRI, there are lots of colleges which are under the ZAT association. So XIM in Bhubaneswar, this is one good college. SP Jain also offers admissions through ZAT, right? Other than these colleges, I have LIBA in the list, LIBA. This is in South India, in Chennai, right? So these are some colleges which offers admissions through ZAT examination. Also, you'll find more than 50 colleges under ZAT. Now, other than that, the next examination is a SNAP. So all the colleges which comes under Symbiosis International University, like SIBM, which has lots of campuses, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Nagpur, and so on and so forth. Okay, so SIBM Pune, then SCM HRD. Now this is a good college for MBA in HR. SIIB SIIB, this is in Pune. Okay. SCIT for information technology, SIOM operations management, and so on and so forth. So under SNAP, you will find more than 15 colleges. Okay. Now these are the three examinations that you must not forget. Now, Kumarasan, FMS abhi aaj is like, if I'll talk about today's scenario, so we don't have clarity about FMS. Till last year, FMS used to take admissions through CAT, but अभी तक FMS की clarity नहीं आई है that will it be taking admissions through CAT or CUET examination. Okay, so FMS की clarity नहीं है, so that is why I have not written FMS in this list. Now the other examination that you must take is Narsi Munji aptitude test, NMAT. Now NMAT is admissions, or NMAT is the examination conducted by NMIMS, Narsi Munji Institute of Narsi Munji Institute of Management Studies, and NMIMS has campuses in Bombay, right? In Mumbai, they have a campus. Then the next best campus for NMIMS is in Bangalore. It has a campus in Hyderabad, Navi Mumbai, Indore, and so on and so forth. So there are 4 5 campuses for NMIMS. Now, other than NMIMS, there are some good colleges as well which offers admissions through NMAT examination. So NMAT also becomes one of the important examinations to take. Now, why these exams are important? These exams are important because of the number of colleges and the quality of colleges that are covered under them. Okay, CAT does not have only one college, but CAT covers a lot of colleges, and these colleges are among top 10, top 20, or maybe top 30 colleges in the country. So does other examinations like ZAT. ZAT has XLRI, XIM Bhubaneswar, SP Jain, IMT Ghaziabad. So these are all colleges which offers admissions through ZAT. Similar is the story for SNAP and Narsi Munji. All right. So these are four important examinations that we must take. Now, another big examination is MHCT, Maharashtra CET. Now, this examination is for all the colleges which are in Maharashtra. Not outside Maharashtra colleges are included in this. Also, the colleges under MHCT, they have a reservation of 85% for all the students who have Maharashtra domicile. So outside Maharashtra candidates के लिए सिर्फ 15% seats बचती हैं. Okay, but 15% seats are also more than enough if you don't have Maharashtra domicile. So anyone who is having Maharashtra domicile, they must take this examination, because one of the top five colleges of the country is under MHCT. All right. That is, yes, anyone, JBIMS, Jamnalal Institute, Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. So JBIMS is one wonderful college that is under MHCT examination. Other than that, we have good colleges like KJ Sumaya, all right, Wellinger, and there are more than 100 colleges which comes under MHCT examination as well. So these are top five examination that we must be taking for. The reason is the number of colleges under these examinations. Now, other than this, there is a wonderful college, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, which has its own examination. IFT has three campuses. IFT Delhi, which is 50 years old campus. Other than IFT Delhi, we have IFT in Kolkata, and recently they have opened a new campus in Kakinada. So IFT Delhi, Jaydev, I have mentioned IFT Delhi, but IFT Delhi, I have not kept it in top five examinations. Right now, I'm talking about examinations, not specific colleges. Okay. Now, IFT, I have it sixth in the number because of the number of colleges in IFT. Definitely the quality of IFT, it comes under top 10 B schools of the country, but we have only one college with three campuses. All right. So that is why most of us don't prefer to take this examination. But if you are ambitious, you want to do your MBA from one of the best colleges in the country, then you must include IFT examination in your list. All right. So these are different examinations that we must target. Now, once we have a clarity about examinations, then we must also have a clarity about the different components of these examinations, the different subjects which are tested in these exams. All right. Now, talking about this, the common subjects, the common things that are tested in almost every examinations. First thing is quantitative ability. Now, quantitative ability is basically maths up till 10th standard, right? Now, if I talk about maths up till 10th standard, yes, we all have studied maths up till 10th standard. We all must be knowing all the concepts. But the only problem is we don't remember all these things, right? So we have studied all these things up till 10th standard. Some of us who did not have maths after 10th standard, they might face some difficulty in grasping with this particular thing. So it is always suggestible to start studying basic mathematics techniques from today onwards. So if you are preparing for CAT 2023 or any other examination in the next year, then you must start studying QA. You must start studying the basic concepts of quant today only. Because if you will think that you will cover all these concepts in 6 months, then it will not be enough. Because not just knowing the concepts is important, important is to practice each and everything and should be able to apply all those things in the examination. Now, when in 10th standard or up till 10th standard, we have seen the direct applications of the concepts. Here you will not find the direct applications, but the indirect applications or the logical approach towards everything. Also, we have to answer all the questions in a time bound environment. So you should not be having 3 hours like the way you used to have in your board examinations. Here you'll be having some limited amount of time, and in most of these examinations, the number of questions is equal to the number of minutes that you will be given. So generally we have to solve these questions in 1 or 1.5 minutes. That is why we need to understand the basic concepts. We need to develop speed and gain momentum while our preparation. All right. So preparing for quantitative ability is not just a task of few months. You need some time, because this is not just knowledge that is tested. It is basically the skills that will be tested in our examination. Now, to gain knowledge, you will require less amount of time, but to build up skills, to build up speed and momentum and accuracy, you need to practice hard. You need to practice for a longer duration of time. All right. So this is the first component that is tested in almost every examination. The next is verbal ability. Now, verbal ability are verbal skills starting from reading comprehension, grammar, vocabulary, critical reasoning. All these things are the components of verbal ability. Depending upon which examination you are taking, different components are tested. All right. Now, if I'll go back to quantitative ability, the different areas that are under quant are arithmetic, number one, algebra, geometry, number system, and modern maths. Now, these 5 areas, you will see that these 5 areas will be the part of every examination. But that is not the case with verbal ability. So there will be some examinations in which you will not find reading comprehension. For example, SNAP. SNAP में reading comprehension नहीं था. Also, vocabulary. CAT does not test you on vocabulary or grammar. All right. Definitely vocabulary and grammar are required, but you will not find direct questions on vocabulary or grammar in CAT. All right. So you must practice, you must prepare verbal ability as a whole, but you must also understand which examinations are you targeting for, and what are the different components under verbal ability which will be tested in this examination, so that you can put more focus on only those components and not each and everything. All right. Now, if you are preparing for all the examinations, then you will have to complete all the components. Now, next is logical reasoning. Now, I'll write reasoning only. Now, reasoning can be of two types: quant-based reasoning and verbal-based reasoning, which we call critical reasoning. So, you will find a lot of examinations in which you will see the questions of critical reasoning as well. In CAT, you will not see questions of critical reasoning. Rarely you will see questions of critical reasoning. But in that examination, SNAP, Narsi Munji, yes, you are going to find the questions on critical reasoning as well. If I talk about SNAP examination, out of 25 questions that you will see, that you will get in reasoning section, somewhere around 8 to 9 questions, minimum 8 to 9 questions will be from critical reasoning. Now, critical reasoning areas like strengthening the argument, weakening the argument, syllogisms, statements, assumptions, facts, judgments, inference. So these are different things that are a part of critical reasoning. Now, if I talk about quant-based reasoning, then starting from coding, decoding, starting from very basic topics, coding, decoding, sequence series, blood relations, direction senses, input-output sequences, decision making, arrangements, linear and circular arrangements. All right. So these are different components of reasoning. Other than these, there are some heavy type of reasoning, some difficult questions that you'll find in reasoning, from Venn diagram, maxima, minima, games and tournaments, roots and networks, and so on and so forth. Now, if I'll start putting these topics according to different examinations, then in CAT, you will not find the reasoning topics which I named like firstly. So topics like coding, decoding, sequence series, blood relations, input output sequences, direction senses, these questions you will not find in CAT. So these questions may be a part of Narsi Munji examination or SNAP examination, right? Similarly, topics like games and tournaments, roots and networks, then Venn diagrams, maxima, minima. So these topics may appear in CAT or XAT examination, right? So again, we need to basically prepare accordingly as far as this particular area is concerned. Okay. Now LRDS sets material में से आएगा. Okay, I don't know Darshit what you are asking. कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट को मार्क्स नहीं मिलेंगे एकेडमिक डाइवर्सिटी के? यस, डेफिनेटली नहीं मिलेंगे. सर, विल एमडीआई गुड़गांव रीओपन द फॉर्म? नो, नो एसएम एमडीआई गुड़गांव. इफ आई लुक एट द हिस्ट्री ऑफ एमडीआई गुड़गांव, after CAT examination is over, they have never reopened the admission forms. All right. Okay. Now the next component is data interpretation. Now data interpretation is basically like when we think about data interpretation, we think about a lot of data with huge amount of calculations. So yes, if I'll relate data interpretation with a lot of data and huge amount of calculation, then you will find such questions in IFT examination or maybe XAT examination. But if I talk about SNAP or Narsi Munji examination, then you will find some limited set of data and with basic questions which can be solved through percentages and ratios applications. But if I talk about this particular thing in CAT, so in CAT, data interpretation has also turned logical. So you will see numbers, but you will also see good amount of logic that will be applied on the questions of data interpretation. All right. Now, these are the four areas that will be a part of almost every examination that you are preparing for. All right. Now, other than this, there are areas like decision making. Now, decision making is a part of XAT. So we have a separate section on the questions of decision making that will appear in XAT. So this is one area that you need to focus on. And then general awareness or GK. Now, GK is a part of IFT examination and XAT examination. So these are the two examinations in which GK will be tested. And you must understand, you must notice that GK section has its separate sectional cutoff to get an admission, to get a call from IFT and XAT as well. All right. So these are components of different examinations that you will need to prepare for. Okay. Now, once we know what to prepare for, then we must also know, or we should also decide, when are we going to start our preparation. So can anyone tell me what is the good time, what is the right time to start for these examinations? Yes, anyone? Now, according to me, if we are clear that we want to go for an MBA, if we are clear about different examinations that we have to take, then we must not wait to start for the preparation. We must start our preparation now onwards, right? Now, let's say if you tell me that, okay, sir, I am strong in all these areas, then why do I need to spend 1 year? My only answer to you is, if you will study more, then you will have higher chances of increasing your percentile as compared to when you will study, when you will start, let's say 3 to 4 months from now. So definitely you must start right now. As soon as you get a clarity that you want to study, you want to go for an MBA, you want to prepare for CAT the next year, then you must start as soon as possible. All right. So this is my only answer to this, right? Now, if you don't want to start studying mathematics, if you don't want to start with quant, LRDI or verbal, then you can also start with general awareness. Now, I face this kind of query every year. I've been teaching since last 15 years. So I have faced this query from most of the students somewhere in the month of October or November. Sir, how should we prepare for general awareness? Suggest us a book which can teach us the general awareness or general knowledge. Friends, understand that general knowledge is not a kind of subject, is not a kind of thing which can be prepared in a matter of 1 week or a month, right? You cannot cram each and everything. You cannot cram all the happenings which have appeared, which have happened in the last 1.5 year. No, it is not possible. Okay, so I always suggest my students to start studying newspaper from day one onward. So this is one thing that you can start for. All right. So when to start? You must start as soon as possible, and you know what you need to do. You must start looking for your weak area. So let's say quantitative ability is my weak area, or verbal ability is my weak area. So I must start in that direction, and later on I keep on adding different subjects to my curriculum. Okay, but you must start as soon as possible. All right. So now if we have decided, okay, we are going to start as soon as possible. So how to decide what should I be doing to start all this preparation? So let me properly tell you what you should be doing to start your preparation. So first thing is understand your weak areas. Okay, so let's say verbal ability is my weak area. So now you should be spending at least 1.5 hours on reading skills. Somebody thinks that, okay, quant is my weak area. So if quant is your weak area, you don't come from that kind of background in which you have taken maths in 11th or 12th standard. So you must start revising all the basics of quantitative ability from the books of NCRT. NCRT is the best source to start this thing. Okay. Now also in quant, you can start studying arithmetic because arithmetic is one of the most basic areas to start with. Also, arithmetic has the maximum weightage when it comes to QA section of any of the examination, right? So you can start from basic things like percentages and its applications, profit loss, simple interest, compound interest, ratios, averages, time, speed, distance, time and work. Okay, so you can start from this area, finish it in 15 or 20 days or maybe a month, and then start picking up one area at a time. Okay, so first thing is you must know your weak areas. Second is you must also understand the overall syllabus. Now, the overall syllabus does not only have quant, verbal ability, or LRDI, the overall syllabus also has GK. Now, if you think that GK is the component of only IFT and ZAT examination, like I have told you, you are mistaken. GK is the component of the written examination in IFT and ZAT, but GK will be tested at each and every examination. Or if I'll not say examination, GK will be tested at each and every college before they will offer you the admission. What do you understand by GDPI, VAT, and so on and so forth? So yes, GDPI, VAT, all these things are tested. In this session, I'll be telling you how to prepare for this particular component as well. All right. So what you can do is you can start with basic GK, a reading of 15-20 minutes every day, and also one of your weak areas, be it quant, be it reasoning, be it verbal ability, be it anything, you must start from that area as well. Right. So this is where you should start from. Now, once I have started, then I should also be having a proper schedule that I need to follow. ऐसा नहीं है कि randomly कहीं से भी कुछ भी start कर दिया and randomly कोई भी schedule follow करना शुरू कर दिया. कभी पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, आज 1 घंटा पढ़ लिया, कल 2 घंटा पढ़ लिया, फिर एक हफ्ते तक पढ़े नहीं. So this should not happen. So you should also have a schedule, a proper schedule to yourself. So let's say if you go to college, so you are studying in a college. So first of all, find out how many hours you can take out for CAT examination or for the studies of CAT. So let's say this quantum is only 2 hours. Okay, so you must divide these 2 hours accordingly so that you have or you can take out most out of these 2 hours. Okay, so these 2 hours on daily basis should be like, let's say I give half an hour to my reading skills. So let's say half an hour of newspaper. Okay, this is what I can start with. Then 1 hour I will devote on my weak area. So let's say quant is my weak area. So I'll start with basic calculation techniques, or I'll start with any of the books of NCRT and start picking up one topic at a time. The remaining half an hour I can spend to either verbal ability or doing some questions of reasoning or data interpretation. So this is one thing that you need to understand, that without a proper schedule, without setting up proper targets, you cannot achieve your goal. Okay, so it will always be better to start setting short-term goals. So short-term goals as in start setting up goals for 10 to 15 days. Okay, so let's say today I started with a particular area of quant. Let's say I started with arithmetic. So pick up 2 chapters of arithmetic and give yourself a target that I have to finish these 2 chapters in the next 10 days. After these 10 days are over, analyze if you have completed, if you are on schedule or not. Okay, if you are not on schedule, then give yourself 1 or 2 extra days and finish up that task. Then again, set up a next target, a next short-term goal for yourself. And this time, since you have not achieved it previously, so this time, make sure that you will achieve the goal that is set by yourself. All right. So this is how you can achieve your target. This is how you can achieve the success finally in these examinations. All right. Now, last thing, the most important thing, how to prepare for GDPI VAT. Because this is one thing we don't care for at the beginning. हम सिर्फ CAT के पीछे भागते रहते हैं, quant, LRDI, verbal ability. We keep on running running behind these 3 subjects. And we forget about GDPI VAT, right? Now, GDPI VAT is more important as compared to CAT. CAT का एग्जाम दोगे, CAT के एग्जाम देने के बाद you will get a score and you will definitely get calls from different colleges, right? But the more competition is there at the time of GDPI and VAT, the second stage of selection procedure. Now, normally, a lot of colleges, like in my previous session only, some of the students were asking, sir, how much time do we get after our result before we have this interview? So there are plenty of colleges which will announce their result, let's say today, and then you will have an interview in the next 10 to 15 days. All right. So now, since we have less amount of time, we cannot do anything. And then we try to do each and everything, because of which we are unable to do anything. राइट सो ये अजीब सा विशेष साइकिल हो जाता है कि यार सिर्फ 10 दिन है, 10 दिन में क्या क्या प्रिपेयर करें. इन 10 days we cannot prepare for like all the things which are happened in the last 1 year. All the happenings of last 1 year cannot be prepared in these 10 days. Also in GDPI, there are plenty of areas from which they are going to ask us the question. Okay, so we have to prepare for group discussion, personal interview, and WAT overall, so that our performance is reflected in a better way. So for this particular thing, you must start today only. And the best thing to start is reading newspaper. So GDPI VAT, हमें कुछ बोलना है, हमें कुछ लिखना है, so उसके लिए हमारे पास कुछ कंटेंट होना चाहिए. We should be having a proper content. Now content कहाँ से आएगा? Reading से आएगा. And the best source to gain this content is reading newspapers regularly. You can start with any of the newspapers like Hindustan Times or Times of India if you are not an avid reader. But if you are a good reader, then you can also start with papers like Hindu or Economic Times or Herald and so on so forth. ठीक है. So ये सारी चीजें हमें स्टार्टिंग से प्रिपेयर करनी है. So go for start reading a newspaper on daily basis. Now why I say newspaper? A newspaper is the best source to improve a lot of things. If you want to improve your general awareness, newspaper is the best thing. Secondly, if you want to improve your verbal skills, then you will not find any better way than newspaper. Now, using newspaper, you can improve your reading skills, which will be required at the time of reading comprehension. You will improve on your interpretation skills. Definitely, it will be required in each and every question. Most importantly, in reading comprehension. So in reading comprehension, you have to read the entire passage quickly. Now I can read anything quickly, but am I able to understand it well? Because now I have to answer the questions based on reading comprehension. Okay, so reading speed is important, interpretation skills are also important, and then answering the questions is also important. So newspaper will develop your reading skills and your interpretation skills as well, right? Also, newspaper will develop your vocabulary, your grammar, right? So vocabulary, grammar, yes, it is a part of a lot of examinations. So newspaper is an overall package to improve a lot of things. Now, if you have good verbal skills, then it will be easier to comprehend the questions in quant as well as reasoning also. Okay, so newspaper, you must start it from today onwards. Now, other than newspaper, if you get time, then you can subscribe any of the good magazines. Any of the good business magazines will also help you. So India Today or Business World or any business magazine will help you. So you must subscribe and start reading these magazines as well. All right. So this is one way I can tell you you can start preparing for your GDPI and WAT from this day onwards. Definitely, I'll be coming up with a lot of suggestions during our preparation for CAT 2023. For today, this is all from my side. I hope you would have gained something from this lecture, from this session, and not just listening to this session, but the applications will be important. So you have understood what you have to do. Now it's time to start applying all these things that you have heard, that you have basically learned in these sessions. Okay. All right, great. So that is all from my side, my dear friends. I take your leave and we'll see you once again in another sessions to boost your preparation for CAT 2023. Now, anyone who want to prepare for CAT 2023 with me, with us, with my team, then you can join CAT 2023 comprehensive program. The details you can see on the screen. So you can enroll for this program and be a part of one of the batches at BYJU'S Exam Prep. Now, anyone who is preparing for this year examination and have taken SNAP examination, so detailed SNAP analysis will happen tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. So you must join us live. We'll be telling you about the expected cutoff, section-wise analysis will happen, and we'll be giving you solution to some of the questions that will appear in tomorrow's examination. Also, last lap to ZAT 2023 series of sessions will continue up till 1st of January. So it has already started yesterday. Daily at 7 p.m. you can catch us live for last lap to ZAT 2023. ZAT 2023 All India Open Mock will be live till tomorrow, 23rd of December. So this is like you have only limited amount of time to attempt this examination. So do register for this test as soon as possible. That's all from my side. You can follow us on these platforms. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. All the very best for the preparation of CAT 2023. Have a good day. Bye bye.